internet. My name is, well, you should already know. We're doing a bad business tier list video because I want to make one of these and I'm running out of ideas. So this video is probably going to be a lot longer than any normal video that I upload because I'm going to go in depth with each gun because I've played around with basically all of these guns except these two. And I basically have played enough of all these guns to know where I want to put them. But that doesn't mean that you should watch this entire video. If you just want to see where I put all of the stuff, you can just skip to the end of the video. I don't really care to see. But if you want like an in-depth, like kind of, well, I don't know if it's gonna be like, this gun does exactly 0.9725 no. If you just want to know this, like my personal opinion and some facts about these guns, then you can just either skip to the part of the gun that you're interested about or just watch the whole video. And I'm not covering the secondaries, even though this says it is secondaries. I didn't make this tier list, by the way. I don't know who made it, but someone did. I won't be like doing secondaries because there was already a video on YouTube of someone like making a tier list of secondaries, and for the most part I do agree with what he put. I don't really know his name, but I will add some secondaries that he didn't have in his video because they're newer. And I'm probably just gonna say, actually, never mind. I'm just gonna have all the secondaries, but I'm not actually gonna place them in here because they're not here. So you're kind of just gonna have to imagine where they are. I'll probably do that at the end of the video. So if you do skip there, then you can still see where I put the secondaries. So let's kick it off with the AK. The AK, I think it's actually a pretty decent gun. I think it's a good starter weapon. It does. I get killed by it a lot. Does good damage. Has a decent fire rate. They recently redid it, so now it has 30 bullets, and they remodeled the gun. I think it's a very decent. I think it's a pretty good gun. So I'm actually gonna put it in B, and I will have these guns in order. And this is gonna be in low B, like low mid tier. But yeah, the gun, it has a decent fire rate. When I use it, I usually use it with a reflex sight, and that's what I find most enjoyable with it. And it just performs pretty well with a reflex, and just in general, it's a good gun. It's like a kind of like, if it's the only thing you have viable, I wouldn't use it every single time because obviously there's better options. But I like it. It's a good gun. I think this is the Air Strike. I'm gonna put this in high C. The reload speed kind of kills it. It reloads like 5 seconds, and yeah, it has good ammo, and it doesn't really do that much damage. Decent fire rate, but I don't think it's worthy of anything up here, because if it had better reload speed, it would just be, where is it? It would just be this gun. So yeah, that's where I put it. It's an alright gun. Again, the thing that kills it is its reload speed, which it's kind of understandable because it's an LMG. But yeah. Now I see that they haven't added the Scar Hammer because that gun is pretty new. So I'm gonna have to add it in my imagination. So next, yeah, that's where I put it. It's alright, nothing special, not good, not bad. Dragunov, put this above the AK. It's kind of like you could say this for every sniper, but it's kind of like if you're good with it, it's good. If you're bad with it, it's bad. So or eh, eh. I'm gonna put it right here. I think it's a good gun. It does good damage. I like the scope on it. It has 4 bullets in its magazine, so it's pretty takes like 2 shots to kill. Headshot is 1. It's a pretty decent sniper. I think it's actually the, like, if you count this, I think that's actually the worst sniper in the game. But well, just like statistically, but other than that, I really like the Dragunov. ARX is going in S tier, my first S tier gun in the game, or of this tier list. This gun performs extremely well with sights. Now, I'm not saying you need a sight, because the iron sight's kind of not very good. If you only have an iron sight, I'd put it right here. But with like a reflex or coyote, this gun is an S tier. No recoil well, it has recoil, but not. It's very minimal. It does really good damage. The fire rate is pretty good actually, and it's very early killing. I like to pair it with the Taurus Judge, because this gun is good for like medium range, and then I use the Taurus when someone runs up on me. And even when I don't have the Taurus Judge on me, and that's like out of ammo, this is still a good close range option. And then for long range, I just chuck a Molotov or a grenade. I also will include the grenades. Oh, I'm getting texts. Hold up. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I was getting texted. So, yeah, even at close range, it's still very viable. And I sometimes use it at close range and still obliterate people. And I just really like this gun. I think it's worthy of S tier. Again, iron sight's kind of lackluster. But with a sight, which 500 credits for a reflex sight is very worth it when you have a gun as good as the ARX. Like, it's kind of like a bread and butter with a sight. And then just secondaries and grenades really boost this gun. I mean, that's more not of a gun thing, more of just like a game thing in general, but I really enjoy this gun. DSLR, or just DSR, I don't know why I call it a DSLR. Again, putting it above the Dragunov. It's basically just like the Dragunov, except it has more ammunition, and that's pretty much it. It's just a Dragunov but with more ammunition. And yeah, I didn't like it as much. If this was like me, like 1 or 2 months ago, I would have put it like down here. But I think it's better than Dragunov now that they redid it. So yeah, it's just this gun, but a little better. AUG, this is an interesting gun. Kills very early. It's an upgrade from the FAMAS, no doubt in my mind. It iron sight could be better. And I think the recoil when you spam the burst is kind of like really hard to contain, and unless you're like really good with like burst like recoil. But I've been playing with it a lot with reflex sight. Again, some of these guns perform better than with or like sights, so that may like influence where they're placed. But in general, like sight and no sight, I'd put it around A tier. I think it's a very good gun. It kills so early. I've killed people in 1 burst. Very good fire rate. And again, if you're really good with bursts or like these types of guns, then you're gonna excel with this gun. So that's where I put the AUG A2. FAL, worst primary in the game. That's all I have to say. No damage. It does no damage. Fire rate is terrible. It does 60 damage per shot, but the fire rate is terrible. Iron sight is not that good. And I feel like the accuracy isn't that good on it either. I think it's just a very bad gun. I don't think you should ever use this gun, especially when you have options around that level like this, or especially these two, or like shotguns in general. There's so many better guns you could use in the FAL. You could use snipers instead of this. I don't know a single situation where this gun is useful. Even if, well, like, even if they made it do more damage, I still want to know what the use for it would be. Because it's just a worse, like, MK14, which you get around the same level. There's so many better options. I don't like this gun at all. FAMAS, putting it here. I'm kind of just adding on to this as I go. So it's like each gun gets better every time I add to this tier. But I think kind of the same situation with the AUG. It's kind of like a worse AUG, except it's not bad. It's a very, very strong. I just think the AUG A2 is a better option. But the downside with the AUG is that it's a very high level gun. It's like prestige. Well, I don't think it's super high level. I think it's like prestige 1 level 30 something. I think, which I run into a lot of servers and there's hardly anyone even like level like or even prestige at all. So that's kind of not a good. Not many people are gonna have this gun, but there's some prestige people. But most of the time you run into like low levels people. So not everyone's gonna be able to use the AUG A2, which is why I think the FAMAS is a good option as like an alternative. It's like the Walmart version of the AUG A2. So yeah, it's kind of the same situation with these two, just a worse version of this. I will say the iron sight on this is not that it is bad. It's bad. That's why I think this gun needs a sight. This gun not so much, but this needs a sight. The iron sight is so bad. On top of that, this gun has 18 bullets in the mag, which means you're definitely going to need to use your secondary or just reload a lot, which most people do anyway, but I feel like with more ammo, this gun could be a lot better. FMG, I think this gun is super underrated. I'm putting FMG high B. I think this gun is very good. It's like I'd say it's like a worse version of like these types of guns, like boom and boom. It's very strong. It has a high fire rate, melts people. Iron sight, I actually kind of enjoy using the iron sight, and it has 30 bullets, so it's just an all-around pretty good gun. I really like it. Oh, I am big stupid. The AUG, I forgot the AUG A2 isn't FAMAS. Or it's on burst. I'm really dumb. I was thinking about the G11, and the G11 is a better version of this. I think this gun, yeah, I'm having a brain fart right now. This isn't a burst weapon. This is a normal AR weapon. This is the burst weapon I was talking about earlier. No, you can't get a different sight with this gun. I don't know what I was talking about earlier. Oh, brain fart. You can't. This already comes with an ACOG sight, which, in my opinion, is one of the best sights you can have on a gun because it's so satisfying to use. And this gun has 48 bullets in the mag, which is a 30 increase on this. It's just an overall, like, it's just an upgrade to the FAMAS. I think it's actually, I like it more than the AUG A2. And, it's actually a really fun gun to use. You should definitely, well, you have to get the prototype pass or you buy it. But I think it's a very fun gun to use. I enjoy using it. So, yeah, I think it's a very, very viable option. G36C, putting a low A. Again, kind of like an upgrade to the AK. A lot of these guns are upgrades to each other. Does good damage. Iron sight could be better. Actually, I'm gonna put this in high B. Iron sight could be better. Does good damage. Fire rate's decent aim magazine. It's just like an all around like, kind of like it's kind of like the base gun, like what you would expect a gun to be, and then these guns just excel in certain areas that this gun just kind of neutral and everything. This is like an all around like neutral gun. It's just everything is good about it. Now it could be better. Like iron sight could be better. Could have a little more higher fire rate, but I think it's a very good gun. Galil going in S tier. This is my highest kill gun. And I just really enjoy using it. It's super satisfying to use. Does a ton of damage. Fire rate is pretty good. Iron sight is actually not that bad, but with sight, this gun excels, and I mean it really does. I think the ARX is a little better because it has a little higher fire rate, and it basically does the same amount of damage. But yeah, I think it's just a better version of the Galil. Then again, this is kind of personal preference. I just like the ARX a little better, even though this will always hold a special place in my heart. Double barrel shotgun. Kinda put it. I like this gun, but I'm gonna put it right here. This gun is very kind of like situational. You can like double shotgun with the Tarsh Judge with it, which you can do for these guns too, which I think are more effective. But this gun, you go bam bam, and depending on how many pelts you hit, will just instant kill, or it'll do no damage. Kind of like you hit it, do a lot of damage, barely hit anything, you get punished for it. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And I think if the pellets were a little more consistent and did more damage, I think this gun would be a lot better. But I think it's just an RA gun. Keltec, putting this right here. I like the Keltec. 20 bullets, decent damage. Well, actually does pretty good damage. Iron Sight's not that bad. And I think it's just a pretty decent gun. It's such an upgrade from the FAL, it's not even funny. So I'll use this gun sometimes if I just want to kind of goof around, you know, just kind of tickle my armpit. So yeah, it's pretty fun, pretty good. Nothing special though. Chris Vector, putting this right here. Actually, I'll put it above the. I don't know. It's a tricky gun. I'll put it below, just because they did reduce or increase the amount of recoil it has, which kind of was it's for me and my friend. It was kind of its shtick was that it didn't really have that much recoil. But it just melts people. They increased the ammo. They remodeled it, increased the recoil, which is not a good thing. So I'm gonna put in like this area below these two, but I think it's still a very viable option. M1 Garand, I love using this gun, but that's not gonna make me put it up here. I'm gonna put it right below A tier. This gun is so much fun. I think it's the best rifle in the game because there's not really much competition besides the Keltec and the MK14. But I just love using this gun. It's so fun. It's so satisfying to use. It does really good damage, has 8 bullets, it's pretty decent fire rate. Reload animation and sound is so clean. It's just a very, very satisfying gun, and I love using it. It's like the gun that I like to use. Like, it's like the Keltec, but better. It's like when I want to tickle both armpits. It's just so much fun. M16, putting this actually right here. This is literally just one of the, this is like the G36C. Wait, what did I call this before? Did I just not call anything? I'm just so dumb right now. I think I did call it the G36C. But this gun is so, the M16 is a lot better than G36C. Not a lot, but I like it more. It's like the G36C, but it just does more damage. And I think it's just an upgrade from this gun. So I think that's kind of what a lot of these guns are, just upgrades from each other. But some of them do stand out. And I kind of want to express that. So yeah, kind of an upgrade of the G36C. But I love using this gun. But I'm going to put it I want to put this above it. But I know that gameplay wise it's better than the M1 Garand. But if personally, if this was like how much fun these guns were, I would put this right here. Actually right here, between these two. It's so much fun to use. But I'm gonna put it right here in terms of gameplay. So yeah, M16, good option. I'm gonna put this. Oh yeah, this is the which LMG is this? I think this is the LMG names are so confusing. I'm gonna assume this isn't the newer one that came with the riot shield. So I'm going to put this right here. It's just a worse version of the Air Strike, in my opinion. That's all I really have to say about it. Nothing that stands out. it's just a worse Ares strike. So yeah. Mosin. Mosin goes here. I think I like the Sako a lot more than the Mosin. It does more. It does 10 more damage than the Sako, which isn't really that big of a difference, and has less ammo. And I just like the Sako a lot more than it. Speaking of the Sako, let's just skip ahead to that gun. I'm gonna put the Sako right here. It's just a better Mosin, more ammo, 10 less damage, but that doesn't really make a difference. And it's just a really good, like, fun gun. I love using this gun. Like, it's a, like, whenever there's arena or like maps like that, you want to use like this gun in particular, because those maps are good for snipers, and this gun just excels on those maps. But then when you have like maps like Area 51 or like Chernobyl, I like to use like these types of guns. Yeah. All right, so Sako and Mosin, kind of the same gun, but I like Sako a lot more, and I think it's just an overall better gun. MP5, super underrated. Putting it right here. I cannot express. Well, actually, and then I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move. I'm putting that right there. Yeah, these are, I think, the most underrated guns in the game because nobody uses them. Nobody uses them. I never run into anybody using these guns. You guys do not know how insanely broken these guns. Actually, I'm gonna put the Scorpion up here. This gun is so good. It's like the old Chris Vector, but better still. Did more damage, more ammo, basically the same recoil. It's so strong. I want to put it above the Galil, but I think the Galil just does a lot of damage, and this gun, I think this Galil barely beats this gun out. Plus, this gun isn't very good for long range like the Galil is. But oh my god, I can't gush about this gun enough. It's so much good. It's so much good. It's so much fun. And you can say the same for the MP5. I think it's also very strong. Does a lot of damage, good fire rate. Both these guns, this has insane fire. I think it's like the second fastest SMG in the game. But yeah, it's so much fun to use this gun, and this gun is also very very viable. It is a lot of damage. Good fire rate. They both have good iron sights. It's just they're so good, so underrated. I love using these guns, but I think there's better options. So yeah, P90 goes just below in the low B. Doesn't do that much damage. Actually, I might put it in high C. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Good ammo. Decent fire rate. Not that good of an iron sight. Well, it's alright. I just think this gun is just not too great, and it's not too good. I think it is better than the LMGs though. So yeah. PP19 goes right below the MP5. Very good option. 44 bullets, does a lot of damage. Kind of plays like an AR. I when I use it, I kind of like forget it's an SMG sometimes. It feels like an AR. So yeah, it's very strong. It melts people. It has good fire rate. If you count the other SMGs, it doesn't have that good of a fire rate, but it's decent. And the iron sight's good. It's just a very good gun. This gun also is pretty underrated. A lot of the SMGs are underrated. I feel like when people think of SMG, they think of like Chris Vector. But yeah. Now I'm not gonna rate these two guns because I haven't really played with them that much because I haven't bought them. But yeah, I haven't really played them in playtesting. But from what I can tell, they're decent, but I can't really rank them yet because I haven't played with them enough. So here is the fun part. The freaking shotguns. I noticed they didn't add the Sega. But that gun doesn't really... That gun I'd put like right here anyway. Remington goes here. Spaz goes right here. Remington barely got nerfed at all, and I think it's the best shotgun in the game now, which is ironic because like a few months ago it was the worst shotgun. It's so powerful. It does a lot of damage from a lot of from like a long range. Like you just destroy people left, right, and center. It just does so too much damage. And then the Spaz got nerfed super hard, but it's still a decent option. Before, these guns would have been down here, but I think now they're like right here because they got buffed really hard, and they kind of overshadowed this gun with how strong they were. But now they're kind of dying down. But at the same time, this gun didn't really get nerfed. This gun got nerfed a little, but I still think they're very strong options. The Scar kind of feels the same. I'm talking about the new Scar. I haven't actually played with it that much, so I don't know if I should rank it because I haven't played with the new Scar since they did change the recoil, which isn't much of a difference. So I might still put it right here. I like it. I don't like it as much as the M16, but I still think it's a decent option. Actually, then again, why would you use this when you have like this gun? So, alright, whatever. Moving along. We're going to the Sten gun. I raved about this gun a lot when it was like back in the World War II past days. You can't get it anymore. But now I would have put it up here, but I think I'm going to put it actually right here. I like it. It's a good gun. I don't think it's worthy of S tier. I think it's very strong, does a lot of damage, decent fire rate, good ammo. I don't know why they have it at a curved angle when you aim down like ADS. I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. But I don't think that's much of an issue, but it's kind of like a Y type thing. So yeah. I think it's a very good weapon though. I think it's the best World War II gun. And speaking of the World War II guns, let's just rail through these. STG Losi. I don't like this gun. People were saying, it does so much damage. Oh, it does so much damage. What are you talking about? Oh, it does so much damage. Oh, I love the STG. No, it doesn't. It does no damage. I've played with this gun a little bit, and like at first I would put it here, but then I played with it a little, and I was like, alright, whatever. So I'll put it in low C. Not good. No bueno. 9. No. Nada. I don't like it. I don't know what crackhead guns these guys were using when they said this gun does a lot of damage. Because this gun does not do a lot of damage. It's just not a good gun. It doesn't have any, like, fire rate is slow. Does no damage. Iron sight's blech. The iron sight looks like it's like a curved, I don't know. It looks like a if you had like a thin piece of like a wire, you just bent it and you put a little stick in the middle of it. That's literally the iron sight. You can see like the bent marks on it. This is not very good. I think this gun is super overrated. Tommy gun. I'm gonna put this gun right here. I enjoy it. It's nothing special. It's just it's alright. It does decent damage. I like the sight, but yeah, and I don't think it's really nothing really too much to talk about it. Put this right here. That gun's okay. I used to think that gun was super good. Like back in my day, I thought that gun was super good. But now you have all these guns. It's like, oh yeah, that gun's nothing to squeal about, and you know, lose your marbles and spit everywhere about. It's fine. Decent damage, not really. Ammo's kind of standard. Iron sight's fine. It's just kind of an okay gun. MK14. Gonna put that right here. I don't know. It's kind of like a worse Kel-Tec and a worse M1 Garand. It has like I think it has like 14 bullets, which is kind of funny because it has 14. Oh no, MK11. No, it is the MK14. My brain is turning into smoothie. It's gross. Oh well. Whatever the name is, decent gun. Do good damage. Okay fire rate. Yeah. Just upgrade from this terrible gun. And that's all of the primaries. And this is the part where you have to use your big brain and use your imagination. Because now we're going to rank the secondaries without the secondaries. Or like the images. So, let's get the main 3 out of the way. 4.4 mag, Deagle, and Tarse Judge. Not in any particular order, just all 3 of them go in S tier. I think they're all super viable, super good options. They're really strong. Judge can be a little weaker, but when you hit all your pellets, just one shots. 4.4 mag and Deagle are basically the same gun, except Deagle has like one more bullet than it, but they're basically the same gun. But I like to use the 4.4 mag more. It's kind of a personal preference thing. So yeah, super good. Gyrojet, A tier, Luger here, and then basically every single pistol goes down here except Silence PPK also goes in B tier. So 4.4 mag, Deagle, and then Judge S tier, Gyrojet A tier, because close range it does no damage, but then at far range you can one shot people at far range, because the gimmick with this gun is that the farther you are, the more damage the gun does. So I think if you just like snipe people with it, it's very, very strong. And then Silence PPK, it's kind of like a, I don't know, last resort. Like, aha, I've ran out of ammo, and knives are not reliable, and I have no nades. Let's just boom, boom, boom. Just kind of an alright gun. And then every other pistol, not that great. It goes in C and D tier. I think I'll point out the ones that stand out. MT19 goes here. Tech 9 is the worst gun in the game, goes here. And then G11 and Scorpion go around here. Low B to high C tier. So, yeah, those are the only real guns that stand out. Tech 9's worst gun in the game. I think the bottom 3 guns are Tech 9 in order is Tech 9 as from best to worst in terms of the worst top 3 or bottom 3 worst guns. It goes M19, FAL, then Tech 9. Tech 9 and FAL are just disaster combo. It's so bad. Tech 9 does no damage, bad fire rate, bad iron sight. Blech! The only redeeming quality it has 20 bullets. But how are you supposed to use all 20 if you can't even use 5 because the other person is using a Judge and they just one-shot you? It's terrible. If they made it like the one in Phantom Forces, it'd be like around here, like mid-tier. Phantom Forces Tech 9 is insane. But they kind of ruined that gun. The Tech 9 sucks. It sucks, but it's terrible. And then finally, the final categories, as far as I can tell, the grenades, the throwing knife, riot shield, and then the normal knife. Let's start with the easy one, knives. Knives are the most broken thing in this game. They are so wacko tobacco. They are either super strong, super weak, depending on if you get a critical or if you even hit the stupid target. This gun is broken. Not a gun, knife. Knives are broken. They don't have a consistent hitbox. They have critical chances, which is just pure RNG. So and when I mean criticals, I literally mean one shot. If you hit someone and get a critical, it's a literal one shot. Not like a headshot. Just random critical hit, one shot. So if you and this opponent are lining up for this Old Town Road Texan battle and you have knives out and you run at each other, one person hits you, half your health. Bada boom, bada bam. You're in a dangerous situation, Buster. Time to go turn into Hero from Smash Brothers and use Thwack. Just one shot your enemy with the same weapon and you kill them instead of them killing you because you got lucky and they didn't. Or, same situation, they hit you, but the thing doesn't even hit you, and then you kill them. It's like, bruh. I hate knives. They're so inconsistent. If they made a consistent hitbox and no criticals, I think they would be a lot more enjoyable. But I think they're just terrible. Throwing knives, C tier, very inconsistent. I don't know why they have so much drop when you throw them, but I don't really like them. Molotovs, I love Molotovs. They go up here, A or S tier. I don't really know which one. I love them. They're so much fun, and they're super consistent. They do a lot of damage, and they're really good for crowd control, or like if someone's chasing you, just throw one behind you, and either they just shoot you, or if you're like in a room, and you throw it down, and you like hide in like a room, they can't go through unless they want to take like 30 damage, and then you can just swoop in with the kill. They're so much fun. Normal grenades go B tier. Stickies, high B tier. They kind of ruined stickies. They would have been S tier because they explode on impact, and they did 150 damage before they nerfed them. They were good for 1 week when they buffed stickies, and then their next update they nerfed stickies to make them do 100 damage, which is such a big difference because you go from a 1-shot to a 2-shot. That's a huge difference for grenades. And then finally, flashbangs go in D tier. Very inconsistent. You basically have to hit your target perfectly in order for them to do their full effect of like blinding your opponent. And they last for like 2 seconds. They're not that good. They do like barely any damage if you even hit them. Because they do damage, but they don't do much. And then, as far as I can tell, the final weapon of this tier list is the riot shield, and I put it in C tier. This weapon's very flawed. If you're in like a 2v1 situation and they're both enemies are just spraying you with like SMGs or ARs, one person's in front of you shooting you with the thing, and then the other person's behind you, which leaves you open for attacks, and it just 70 damage, and when you attack it leaves you wide open. It's not good. No. I'd rather use any other secondary except M1911 and Tech 9 over the riot shield, because this is not very strong. It's no damage and leaves you very vulnerable. So that is my tier list. Primaries, you can see them. Secondaries, you had to watch the video to see, and along with the grenades and my knives and the riot shield thing. But they were pretty close to right where we're ending this video here. So this is my tier list. If you disagree, then okay, cool. You can just tell me why you disagree. I already know one person's gonna be like, "Oh, Tech 9's best gun in game. Haha, noob, big noob, boom, roasted." And not gonna say names. So yeah, that's the tier list. If you agree or enjoyed somehow this very boring and bland video, I guess like and subscribe if you enjoy this, only if you enjoy it and want to see more stuff like this, or if you just want to see my content in general. But I'm basically done here. There's not much to say except you're all bad. So that's about it. So see ya.